Hey guys, Brandon here, bringing you guys another DJI Mavic related video. So these are, as you can suggest, the Polar Pro filters. Now, I've been suggested quite a bit to get filters for the Mavic, and I almost did quite a while ago, but then I canceled that order because I have always heard bad things about certain filters on the camera, not allowing the gimbal to go through its calibration or just adding too much weight, all of which may be true with certain filters. But this here is the Polar Pro collection, or the Vivid collection. They also have, I believe, what's called a Shutter collection. The only difference is whether they're polarized or not. Anyway, where I'm getting at is apparently these filters are really, like, probably the best I've seen as far as fitment. It slides right on, really nice and snug. And you put it on while the camera is off, the gimbal's off, and then once you turn it on, it could still run through its calibration, everything like that, while it's on there, and you never have to worry about it. So that's really nice. So the reason I got these is, so these are not just ND filters, they're also polarized. That's part of the Vivid collection. But in case you don't know, I'll just run through it real quickly. The reason I need ND filters in the first place, forget the polarization, is because it's a good rule of thumb that when you're shooting, it's lowest ISO as possible. With the Mavic, it's 100. And then I like to shoot at 30 frames a second, and then you double your shutter speed to your frame rate. So if I'm 30 frames a second, I need to be at a shutter speed of about 60. And when it's so bright outside, because I cannot control my aperture, which is how much light comes in, I have to make my shutter speed like up into the thousands, 1 to 1500. And at that point, the motion blur isn't as natural. It looks a little too sharp, even though my sharpness is toned down. It just looks kind of odd and kind of like what we expect to see from a drone, versus what I'm doing here with these ND filters, 4, 8, and then the darkest 16. They're dark lenses which make less light come in, which makes me being able with the right ND filter to double my frame rate. With that said, on top of that, that would be like the normal, I believe, Shutter collection, and that is from 8, 16, and then a dark 132. What the Vivid collection is, excuse me, that's polarization, which kind of blocks certain beams of light, so it could bring more depth into water. You could kind of not necessarily see straight through the water, but those nasty glares and beams kind of go away, and you can get more definition in the sky with the clouds because the sun glare is going away. With that quick rundown on what these are, now let's go ahead and get into it and throw it on the Mavic and do some comparisons. So, opening it up here, what I've heard is that the ND8 is kind of the best all-around one for like most times of the day, and most people just leave that one on anyway. So, looking in here, we have the box holding all of the filters on there, as well as this. Talking about an app that they have, and then in here, let's see, we have, looks like a Polar Pro sticker, cleaning cloth, and then just like probably a little instruction guide on which one to use and when. Alright, now with all of that out of the way, nothing here seems too important, other than maybe you want the cleaning cloth, I don't know. But then of course here, so let's go ahead and take a look at these. So just taking it out of the box here, and these do actually feel quite good quality. I didn't think that, you know, I could even make that kind of judgment just off the size of it. But yeah, no, this does definitely feel of quality. So it says on the side here, this one is the ND16, and then probably the 4 all the way down there. So I'm probably going to put the 8 on there because it's bright enough, I believe. So probably going to put the 8 on there and draw my conclusion from it. So yeah, let's go ahead and do some flying. I'll fly with and without it, and then on the bottom left or right of the video, I'll tell you guys exactly what I'm doing. We'll probably even take some pictures as well. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and get flying, and in the meantime, I just want to mention that, like I said, I did get these on Amazon, and I believe that they were about like 75 or something like that, about $80, if not just a little less. And so I'll put the link in the description and in the comment section to where if you guys want these, then the link is there for you. But let's see if it's even worth doing it. From the videos I've seen, it is, but let's go ahead and test it out.
If I said too much, I know you're mine to lose. I had some drinks and said some things to you. Think too much, I'm out of touch. it's true. Don't give a fuck, actually I do. If I said too much, I know you're mine to lose.